What's the crack, folks? Let me talk to you. Guys, first of all, before I get into any reviews or any news on WWE, I just want to say a quick apology. And the reason why I'm saying a quick apology is because I know that you all haven't seen me for a while. I have been off because of work and college and just there's been a lot of different things that have been happening. But we are at that time of year again. You know, it's February now, and in 2 months' time, it will be WrestleMania again. And you know, I'm just so fucking hyped. I'm so flipping hyped. So I'm making this video because we've got a lot to talk about. I want to do a quick recap of, you know, January and now into February, the Royal Rumble, Raw on Netflix, all these kind of things. I want to do a recap of all of them quite quickly. So to start off with, we had the Raw on Netflix, and I know, you know, you are going to be like, well, you know, Ian, that was like a month back, like, what, you're only talking about this now? Yes, I am only talking about this now. Apologies again. I've been so freaking busy for the last couple of months that I haven't had the proper time to film anything or really commit to YouTube, if I'm being honest. So now I'm back, and I'm gonna try and do this differently this time, folks. I'm gonna try and upload the annual premium live events each month, as in the reviews. I can't promise you Raw or SmackDown. I can't promise you, so I'm not going to. But I will definitely do my best to comment, do my predictions and my reviews on the premium live events and how they're going. So, with all that out of the bag, all that nonsense, let's start off with the Raw on Netflix. So, the Raw on Netflix, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I give it a 7 out of 10. And the reason why I give it a 7 out of 10, don't get me wrong, we had some really, really good matches on the Raw of Netflix. We had the likes of Tribal Combat between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. We had a dream match between Seth Rollins and CM Punk, two of my favourites, all-time favourites. We had a rematch between Liv Morgan and Rhea Bloody Ripley. And just you know, just then, to say the least, we had obviously The Rock's massive return at the start of the night. We had John Cena's return to declare himself for the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. It was a great night. You know, me and my girlfriend were in my house here, and we were just watching it, and honestly, it was amazing, bloody amazing. I think I kind of woke up my family with me shouting about it. So let's get into it. So basically, I honestly believe that all the matches were honestly top notch, star-studded. I do. Tribal Combat, I believe, could have been a bit better. Obviously I understand that Cody Rhodes only came out because Kevin Owens was there, and I understand that, you know, you had Sammy and Jimmy and Jay come out to help Roman because obviously Jacob and all came out to help Solo. But towards the end, I was hoping for The Rock to come out and do a swerve. And the reason why I'm saying a swerve is because none of us are strangers to what he did at the start of the night. The show kicked off with Triple H saying that we're in the Netflix era. So he kicked off the night saying that. And then what happened next was we saw The Rock come down. And we thought, you know what, maybe The Rock's going to have some strong opinions about Tribal Combat. But what The Rock did was something that none of us expected. The Rock came down. He said about how the attendance in the building was amazing and how the fans were great. And then what he did next, and no one expected, was he actually thanked Cody Rhodes, who was sitting in the crowd. He thanked him by saying, you know, you're amazing. You've held down the company for a whole year now. Amazing, honest to God. And I was sitting there thinking, what the fuck's going on with Rock? Where the fuck's the final boss? So that was a bit of a weird scene there. That the fact that The Rock had come out and he was a babyface again. Like, it's like, and I actually heard some people, not a lot of people, but some people were saying he's turned into a grande because he's just like, it's like he's, you know, he's at that bit of his career where he's just like, you know what, this ain't for me anymore. I'm retiring. Anyways, yeah, I'm never saying that bit again. But no, he came out, he gave Cody Rhodes a hug. He said he would be watching Tribal Combat very, very closely, which was quite funny because Tribal Combat happened directly after The Rock came out, which was quite funny. So I thought to myself, you know what, at some point in the match, The Rock's going to come in, he's going to, you know, he's going to rock bottom Roman, he's going to join with Paul and join with Solo, but we didn't get any of that. We didn't get any of that. The Rock gave Roman Reigns the Udafala. He put it on. Roman is the OTC. So that was that match. We then had Seth Rollins and CM Punk, which, you know, going into that match the weeks before had intense, fiery promos. Like, you just gotta love them. So that match was amazing. And as we've seen since then, we've seen since then that, their rivalry's only got bigger. I honestly don't believe it's going to be finished. It was not finished on Raw on Netflix. We're maybe getting, Roman versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And why did I mention Roman? Obviously, you'll find out. And then we had, obviously, Liv Morgan and Rhea Bloody Ripley going at it for the Women's Championship. It was very much the right decision to have Liv lose that title. Because, unpopular decision, perhaps, but this is only my opinion. I do not believe that Liv Morgan really gave that championship any relevancy. I don't think so. The championship was only given to Liv Morgan because it was part of her revenge tour against Rhea Ripley. The fact that, Rhea Ripley had took the championship. She had the championship. She had Dominic Mysterio. Now Liv Morgan had Dominic Mysterio, but she also had the championship. But it wasn't really used to elevate the women's division. It was used to elevate the feud, but not elevate the women's division. Match was amazing, though. Match was absolutely amazing. And so, yeah, that was that match. And then, obviously, Cena returning, and he was saying about how he didn't deserve to win a 17th championship. And then he completely just went off it and just says, you know what? I'm entering the Men's Royal Rumble. I'm going after this title. Yeah. He didn't say any of that. So that was amazing. So I'm going to give Raw, 7 out of 10, Raw on Netflix. But quickly what we're going to do is we're going to skip on to the Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble, in my opinion, I'm not really going to talk about Saturday night's main event if you guys are okay with that, because I just felt that Saturday night's main event, especially this time, I kind of felt as if it was planned a bit too late, or at least too close to the Royal Rumble. Like, there's a difference between this one and December's one. And the difference between is you didn't have such a small gap between Saturday night's main event and the Royal Rumble. You had about a month and a half between December and obviously when the Royal Rumble happened, so you had that much time to plan. But they decided, you know what, San Antonio will have Saturday night's main event. So we had Jey Uso versus Gunther, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens signing a contract, that kind of stuff. Sorry, I knew I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. Good show. That's really all I've got to say. The Royal Rumble. So this year's Royal Rumble was unlike any other. And I'm going to say it once again. I feel bad for my girlfriend's parents, because me and her were sitting up all night watching it and we fucking screamed the house down. So yeah. But basically this was a stacked Royal Rumble. Like, fuck's sake, it was so stacked. You had CM Punk, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, John Cena, Jey Uso, LA Knight, all these big names, Drew McIntyre. All these big names stacked up the Rumble and made it so good. And I love the fact that after number 23, the big stars started to kind of collide or started to align. You had Roman Reigns in there, then you had CM Punk in there, then you had John Cena in there, and then you had Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, and it was honestly great. I especially love, let me tell you something, folks, I especially love that moment in the match when Roman and Seth had that stare down. Like, my God, it's like Seth is thinking, we meet again. And I'm just thinking, my God, this is cinema. Like, this really is, And I love if you can listen, if you actually listen during the match and during that moment, you can actually hear Seth Rollins saying, you ain't getting another WrestleMania main event, you ain't getting another championship chance, you ain't getting any of these things, you have to go through me. And then they started poking each other and punching each other. It was so funny. And then what happened was something no one expected, which is CM Punk actually eliminated both men, Roman and Seth. And a lot of people are saying that it's kind of Seth's fault because he let his anger for Roman Reigns and his determination to not let Roman win the Rumble, he let that blind him from actually defending himself. So when CM Punk threw them both over the top rope, he let himself be succumbed by his rage for Roman Reigns. Anyways, so Roman and Seth go over, and then this is something that had me fucking pissed off. Like, man, it had me pissed off. Fucking Logan Paul comes along and tosses CM Punk over the top rope. So this is when I started thinking, me and my girlfriend were thinking to ourselves, Roman's gone, Seth's gone, CM Punk's gone, McIntyre's gone, 4 of the biggest names in our industry's gone. And that only leaves 2 possible contenders, Uso and Cena. And this is when I started thinking, wait, is this actually going to happen? Are they going to let Cena have that 3rd Royal Rumble win and that chance at WrestleMania? But this is actually something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect it, but in no way am I pissed off. I know some WWE fans are pissed off, but I just don't know why. I really don't know why. I respect you have your opinions, I do, and you can have them all you want, but I don't understand why you are pissed off. So what happened was it came down to Paul, Uso, and Cena. Basically what happened is Uso super kicks Paul, and then Cena clotheslines him over the top rope, and we're down to 2. We're down to Cena and Uso. And what happened next had fans shocked, but very, very happy. What happened next was, Cena and Uso are trading blows, on the apron, and they're hitting each other, and it's awesome, and the crowd is going, they're so like worried to see who's gonna win this, and I remember my heart was pumping out of my chest, like, maybe I had a drink or me too, but you know what I mean, like my heart was pumping out of my chest. I was like, who's fucking winning this? Like, my God, we got Uso and Cena. Cena's so close, but what happened was, Cena got him up for the AA, was about to chuck him over. Uso climbs over the apron back into the ring and chucks Cena over. Cena's eliminated. Jey Uso wins the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. Jey Uso. And just before I continue, yay! I did that, guys, because I'm not annoyed whatsoever. I'm not. And I don't see why people are annoyed. I really don't. I get some people might be annoyed because they might think, well, they'll give Uso the win here, but when it comes to WrestleMania, they'll have him lose. They can't. And the reason why they can't have him lose is because if WWE thinks that Jey Uso is over enough to win the Royal Rumble, then he must be over enough to win a World Championship. So this is the way I see WrestleMania going. Uso picks Gunther as champion. And much like last year when Sami dethroned Gunther to be Intercontinental Champion, Uso takes Gunther's title at WrestleMania, dethroning him in the biggest David versus Goliath match ever. Excuse me. But anyways, folks, that is my review of Raw on Netflix and the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble honestly was a masterpiece. I am so happy that I watched it. Honestly, it was beautiful. I know some people would say, well, it only had a few matches on the card, but you know what? You don't want an overstacked Rumble. You don't want the time to be going on. Like, I think it was already like 3 a.m. where we were, whenever the Men's Royal Rumble finished, maybe even more than that. But you don't want the Royal Rumble just to be stacked with filler matches. You want it to be, short and sweet. Short and sweet, right to the point. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. That is a summary review for you of Raw on Netflix. We've at Saturday Night's Main Event, and obviously the Royal Rumble. Folks, once again, I am so sorry that I have not been uploading in the last couple of months. I've been so busy I've got 2 jobs now, so I do. One of them is within the college that I go to, so that's been taking up some of my time. And then I've been working, obviously, in my job at the minute, and then obviously girlfriend priorities, and then coursework and stuff. So it's just been... it's just been overall overwhelming, so it has. But I'm hoping to get back to you, new year, new me, 2025, yeah. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas. That's weird saying, because we're now in February. Hope you had a lovely Christmas, lovely new year. And I shall see you for predictions for Elimination Chamber in a few weeks' time. Yay!